Well, I made them come to Meadville. I was like, listen, I can only take so many days away from my family completely. And this was supposed to be my time off. And Meadville's an amazing town. I shot my TV show there, and I think it has a great backdrop. So I said, come shoot some of these scenes here. This will be part of my contract. I was happy to be asked to be part of it. It was a really, really nice thing. They tracked me down for so long that I thought it was fake.
Yeah, explain that process to me a little bit. So how did that all come about? Tammy being in this film?
Well, they kept trying, someone kept offering, I get a lot of offers. I mean, thank goodness, that's what I've worked very hard. I'm very blessed. I get a lot of offers, but they aren't all legitimate. Sometimes it's like, hey, we want you to be in this film, and then it turns out it's like your gender reveal party that it's just a video that they want on YouTube. So they called my manager, they reached around with some friends, and finally I said, okay, let's talk about this. And I saw the script, and it's like, okay, I'd love to be a part of it.
So what was it like bringing all of that? Was it like kind of just getting up and like just going to town for the day, or did you feel like you were working whenever you were working?
I felt like I was working, but the nice part about it when they shot in Meadville is that it was home. So I got a good night's sleep. My son is in a couple of the scenes, you know, and we were towards the end of the film, so I had already known my character very well. This is the first time I've ever been a lead in a film. I've been in a couple films. They've all been very character-y, small parts where none of it weighs on me. This is super important. If I don't pull this off, well, if I don't pull this off, we don't have to worry about it again.
So, did you ever imagine that you would transition, or I guess also add acting to your resume?
Well, that's what I originally wanted to do, is be an actress. But my guidance counselor in 7th grade, when I said I want to be an actress, told me, you're from Perry, a small little town in Ohio. You're from Perry. No one from here has ever been on TV. She's like, if you want to be on TV, you're going to have to rob a bank. So that's why I just did my new special that comes out March 17th at my old high school, specifically to give it back to her.
Yeah, so what was that like? I mean, obviously you defined those odds, and now you've been on national television, etc. So what was it like to, I guess, get that after being told that?
I thought it was, you know what, it wasn't even about me anymore. It was about filming it at the small school, telling the kids, if you want to participate, come on, work alongside of the professionals, see how this actually works. And anybody who wants to be on TV, I'm putting you on TV. So I think it was more like just kind of showing people that you can succeed in your dreams, you know. So what if it's weird and someone tells you no? Okay, maybe it takes a little bit longer, but I did it.
And this is for the comedy special?
This is the new comedy special. Yeah, I mean, at your old high school, can you imagine in front of your old vice principal, your teachers, people who knew you before puberty? I mean...
Do you think, were you a little nervous with any of your material going into that?
My material's pretty evergreen, and it's pretty, I mean, I'm an adult, but I don't talk about dirty things, so that was okay. What was weird is I just didn't want kids to be there, because even though it's at a high school, it's not for kids, because we're grown-ups, you know? I mean, I don't know what people talk about with their kids at home, but we don't talk about that stuff at home.
I guess, so what is it like juggling the film, a new comedy special, as well as touring?
Yeah, and I have another special that's coming out on Showtime. I'm part of Women of a Certain Age. It has been insane. I'm 50 years old this year. This is my 25th year, and I've never been busier. So the only thing I'm having an issue with is Jennifer Lopez made everybody think you're supposed to look hot. I'm just old. Can I just sit with these wrinkles and a little chubbiness? But you know, it's a blessing. I'm trying to carve out the time when I can. You know, my father got sick, and the hospital hurt him when he was in the hospital. They paralyzed him basically. So now I'm trying to be full-time caregiver along with my mother. It's a lot, but you know, you do what you do, and you keep trying to make people laugh through it.
So I guess, what is that like actually? So you also have a child, and
I do.
You guys are based in Meadville, and you said he's 11?
He's 11.
Okay, so what is that like, I guess, happening to go away, or whenever you do a weekend away, like you're just in Pittsburgh, etc. So what is that touring schedule like, balancing a family as well?
Well, you know, one of the reasons we live in Meadville is because this is how I make my money touring. I now have this acting thing, but I don't know that that's going to continue. I can't control that, but I can always control the stage. So we live in Meadville, so I can get on a plane and be home. And my son has this normal life with my parents and my husband and all his friends. And, you know, it's good for him. He misses his mother. I try to limit, that's another thing, I limit how many days I work, or I take him with me. Like if I have to be gone for too many days, he's just going to have to get on a plane and come with me for a couple days too, which is great for him because then he sees the world outside of northwestern PA and sees that there isn't snow up to your hiney.
Definitely. And then, my question diverge. Okay, let's circle back a little bit.
Sure.
Back to, you said you were 50, big in this profession, and
Yeah.
it's like, I guess, booming right now. So what is that like to be in like a male-dominated industry, or what seems like a male-dominated industry, being a 50-year-old woman?
Well, I have to tell you, as a woman in comedy, I never knew anything different. I think the whole women's empowerment thing is amazing for the young girls coming up. But for me, who's already established, we didn't get to be female comics, nor did I want to be. I just wanted to be a comic who was funny. I wasn't trying to appeal to a specific gender. So I think it's great for the girls who are coming up. I think that no one, you know, I have all these things that we're doing, but I don't know that there'll be any sitcoms knocking at my door, because I still don't think that the women's empowerment or the women's movement has stretched in Hollywood to being over. Who do you know over 50? They're making a big deal because J-Lo was 50. Okay, yeah, because there's only one. They're allowing it at a time.
Right.
You know, at this age, this was Golden Girls. Really.
Great. Okay. No, that's a good point. I guess I didn't know that one, but
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
It's like, how do I
You're a
get to that?
baby. You're not supposed to know all that stuff.
And then,
I could be your mother. That's what's creeping me out in life right now, is I'm meeting people and I automatically am doing math because I'm trying to figure out how old I would have been if you were my child, you know?
yeah. So then, what is it like, I guess, going back, so you filmed the comedy special at your high school. So what is it like, obviously being in the Erie region and Meadville, which is a small community, performing in places like that, then going back to like your high school? Do you get nervous, I guess, performing in venues that like you kind of might know someone who's in the audience?
Well, you know what's great? I have to say, I don't get nervous because of who would be in the audience, because it's such a blessing. People will come literally time and time and time again to see me in northwestern PA, in northeast Ohio. It's wonderful. I only get a little bit apprehensive. Do I have enough new material that they'll like? But then I just look around. I've always said from my first special, where do you get your material? I wake up. You know, look, I mean, can we talk about so many things that happen in this area? There's no reason. There's a reason why people are dropping bed bugs at Walmart's.
Yikes. Yeah. And then, so I guess we're going to circle back to the film a little bit. Is there a certain spot or a certain part that you remember that was your favorite during the filming process?
Well, you know, there's only 4 leads in this film. Myself, the 2 gentlemen, and then the woman who played my mother, Barbara Russell. And Barbara was in a lot of the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. She was a staple in that because she's a Pittsburgh actress, a well-known, well-respected. And she passed away shortly after we finished filming. So there was a scene where she's sick. The whole idea, the whole premise of the movie is that she needs a heart surgery, but she won't do it unless I'm married. So we make a deal that if I get married, she'll do her heart surgery, and I'll do anything to help my mother stay alive, right? So that's where all the chaos ensues. So when she was in the hospital in the film, I was heartbroken, and for real, I don't know if I'm a good actress, but I was able to cry good tears, so maybe I'm psychotic. And it was really sad after when she passed, because I feel like I'm glad I had that moment where we just connected. And I was crying partially because she did mean a lot to me. So hopefully that doesn't bum people out, because it's a very fun movie, you know.
Right. And then that was filming back in February of 18?
No, that was 2 summers ago.
Okay.
I filmed my special in March of 2018, and then the summer of 2018 we filmed the movie. So that's how long sometimes things take to get out.